So today I'll be looking at Litecoin, one project that I believe is highly undervalued. But basically I'll be giving you the advantages and the disadvantages of the crypto project. And then of course also I'll be giving you a couple of points that you need to know about this project that will actually help you decide whether to invest in this coin for the long term or not. Nonetheless, welcome to Crypto Investor, where I give my honest investment analysis and opinions about crypto projects, and then you'll just get to decide whether you should invest in them or not. So if you want to be part of this community, please go ahead and click subscribe and click like. I would really appreciate that. But nonetheless, let's start. So Litecoin, very interesting project. In fact, like I said, I see it as an underdog or very undervalued, right? But yes, it was started by Charlie Lee. Charlie Lee is actually a former Google employee, and he started this project in 2011, right? Now, he basically, well, there's been a lot of debates about Litecoin just being like Bitcoin, right? People said that Litecoin just copied Bitcoin, but basically he mentioned it very many times that it's just a lighter version of Bitcoin. Some even call it silver to Bitcoin's gold, right? And the main objective for Litecoin is basically to become a global payment system, and that's it, right? So that you'll be able to send and receive money locally and internationally with no kind of third party. That's all. That is all. And of course, the problem that they're solving with that is slow transactions and it's expensive transactions. So, and in fact, that's actually what a lot of crypto projects are actually trying to solve, right? But now Litecoin has a huge advantage with this, but I'll get onto that later. And so that's the problem that they're solving: slow transactions, expensive transactions, and of course the solution will be faster transactions and cheaper transactions, right? And speaking of transactions, guys, Litecoin's time, or transaction time rather, is 4 times faster than that of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is only 2.5, I mean, Litecoin is only 2.5 minutes, and of course Bitcoin is 10 minutes. So if you were in Asia and I was in South America and I was to send you maybe $500 worth of Litecoin, it'll only take less than 3 minutes for you to receive it. Whereas compared to Bitcoin, it might take 10 to 15 minutes. So that's a huge differentiating factor, which also, gives another point of basically the value that Litecoin has so far, right? So when it comes to transaction speeds, comparing Litecoin, Bitcoin, and Ethereum, Litecoin can actually process 56 transactions per second, right? While compared to Bitcoin, which is only 7 transactions per second, and of course Ethereum with 15 transactions per second, one can clearly see which one carries more value. Again, that's another point. So for me, Litecoin really, that's one of the reasons again why I believe this is actually highly undervalued, even though unlike Bitcoin, which is seen as a store of value, Litecoin is more seen as a global payment system. Now, of course, Litecoin also has mining. And for those of you that don't know, mining is just basically a process that allows people to send and receive funds. That's it, without needing any kind of third party. That's what happens. So in order for you to receive that Litecoin that I sent you from South America to Asia, there has to be some mining that happens underneath, right? And mining is also another community that you can actually join, because all of these crypto projects have communities, by the way. And if you want to be maybe part of the mining community, you can then go ahead. And of course, the coin, when it comes to security, the coin, the only way Litecoin, just like any other crypto company really, the only way that it could be hacked is if somebody controlled 51% of or more of that mining network, basically, right? And for the hacker to actually do this, they would need to have, a lot of computing power, basically, that will be able to overcome or overpower that entire network. And that's really, the chances of that happening are really very close to impossible. So honestly speaking, that's something that never even happens. And it's not that it's something that is overlooked, but it's so near impossible that it's never something to worry about that much, right? And then of course, it's always better to store your Litecoins on a wallet than on a third-party platform like an exchange. Well, unless you're trading, because then, especially if you're trading every day, you wouldn't want to waste your transaction costs or charges by sending and receiving money every day from your wallet into your exchange, right? but basically it's always safer to do that, right? To store your coins rather, on a wallet, right? And speaking of wallets, they have different types of wallets that give, of course, a different level of security, right? They have a desktop wallet, they have also a mobile wallet, and of course there's also hardware wallets. And of course, I always preach that, especially if you're investing in cryptocurrencies, it's best for you to get a hardware wallet, because what better way to invest and rather have your money or your coins offline and not online, right? So that's what they have. Those are the three kind of wallets that they have. And when it comes to the global supply, or rather the total supply that Litecoin has globally, they have a total of 84 million coins, right? So that's how much that there will ever be. 84 million coin, 84 million Litecoins, compared to, for example, Bitcoin, which has 21 million. So now this is where, again, if you remember earlier on the video, I spoke about how Litecoin is seen as a global payment system. But again, since they have a limited supply of coins, this is why I believe it's more of an um, investment asset, right? Because if you have something that's limited, then it's obviously scarcity comes into the conversation, and then the value of it, especially if the value of it increases if it's trusted and is seen as a very reliable and strong coin. So for me, that's actually the reason why I decided to make this video today, because I truly believe that as much as it's a global payment system, it's also to a certain extent, an asset that's worth investing in for the long term, right? And the transaction time, like I said, it's 2.5 minutes, sometimes to maybe 5 minutes, but of course, still compared to Bitcoin, which is 10 minutes, it's totally good, right? And then the transactions per second, just to conclude again, it's 56 seconds rather, my bad, 56 seconds um, per second, right? 56 transactions per second. Oh my God, what am I saying? I think I need some Litecoins. I need you guys to send me some Litecoins so that I can focus and actually speak properly. But nonetheless, mining if is proof of work. So there's actually a difference between proof of work and another kind of mining called proof of stake. But that is one thing I'll get onto another video at some point. For now, just know that proof of work is actually way much better than proof of stake, right? If I'm not mistaken. I still have to do research on that, honestly speaking. So I'll do it whenever I find time. But for now, these are all the points that I wanted to point out today about Litecoin, and why I believe it's worth investing in for the long term, and is importantly why I still say that it's highly undervalued and underrated, right? And really, honestly speaking, I love the founder of Litecoin, because he has this he shows so much transparency uh, based on his tweets and what he says. In fact, I think I'm not exactly sure which year it was. I think it was 2018, or maybe it was 2019, where he decided to sell all of his Litecoins, right? And people said that maybe he was neglecting the project, but he actually mentioned that it's not actually that he was neglecting the project, but he was rather letting everything go, right? Like selling them and letting everything go and circulate within the pool of, the market cap that Litecoin, of all the Litecoin coins, if you understand what I mean, right? So yeah, this is my honest review about this cryptocurrency coin. In my opinion, I am definitely, well, I already have started. I'm probably gonna buy more Litecoins, because I mean, there's just so many points that I've ticked that show that this coin is so valuable and worth investing compared to all the other crypto coins, and then overall looking at the current stage that the entire industry is in, right? So yeah, that's my opinion on this. I don't know what you think. Would you invest in this for the long term, or maybe short term, or just trade every day, or maybe more of a midterm, investment kind of like strategy? And also, if you have any coins that you feel like I could maybe check out, review, and research, and give a video and make a video about, please leave them in the comments, and then I'll check them out, see if I can do some research, and then of course I'll then upload a video on them. But nonetheless, I appreciate you for watching this video. I'll catch you again on another episode. Quing!